What's poppin' and welcome back to another video. Today is Saturday, I believe it's 7:36. We're about to go for a run. I'm up early on the Saturday because today we got a lot of stuff to do. We want to focus a lot on the whole payment module. We want to get a run in. We're going to make a cheap meal breakfast. We're going to go to the gym. We're going to clean a little bit. We're going to have lunch with my mom. So there's a lot of stuff happening, so that's why I'm up early. So let's get into the day. Okay, so I've done all the stuff which I need to do for today. I've been at the gym, I've gone for a run, I've had breakfast, I've cleaned, I've done laundry, I've had lunch with my mom, met the dog, all of that good stuff. Read a book, or not a whole book, read parts of a book, you know. So now it's about 2 o'clock on a Saturday and we're gonna get to work. So first of all, we need to do some research in terms of, okay, what payment provider are we gonna use? What options are there? Is it Google Pay, Apple Pay? What are the fees? Where can we get the simplest VAT handling and all of that stuff? So first of all, probably about 30 to an hour's research before we actually decide which package, which service we're gonna use, and then we're gonna start coding. Let's get some coffee and then let's get to it.
Here at Google, we want to help you by offering tools to make money from your Flutter app.
I watched quite a few tutorials on YouTube about different kinds of things you can use for Flutter in order to monetize your app. There was some good stuff, some bad stuff. I then found one really good package which there was some lot of documentation for, which seemed quite easy to implement, so therefore I settled on Revenue Cat.
Okay, so it's now about 45 minutes later. I've done some research, I looked into some of the packages, some of the solutions, how you can implement payments in your Flutter app. And I think I've got a solution which we're gonna try. So it's called Revenue Cat, and basically you can integrate that together with Google purchases or App Store purchases. I'm gonna start off with iOS since the app is gonna be launching on iOS to begin with. So let's try. I'm not sure I'm scared of this, but we'll see. And then apparently if you use Revenue Cat, for example, it's less complicated and there's less logic which you need to code on your own, which is what I'm scared of, because I'm scared of like bankrupting someone accidentally. So let's get to it.
3 hours later.
I think I am losing my mind if I have not already. It's 11:45 at night, which means I've been going for like 10-11 hours straight. I stopped for like 15 minutes to have dinner. But basically I've made no progress. I've taken steps backwards, and I'm not sure if you can tell by my face, but I hate my life right now. And these are the points where you're just considering giving up, because it's so goddamn frustrating. Basically I've broken the entire app somehow. I don't even know what I've changed, but now every time I try to run the app I get 1,000 different error messages that I can't seem to fix. I don't really know what I did or what I changed. I didn't really do anything. I didn't film the screen or anything like that, which probably would have been good in hindsight, because there was a lot of sensitive information, like my tax information, my API keys, etc. But I don't know what I changed. All of a sudden it just stopped working. I'm not sure if I upgraded Flutter or whatever I did. All of a sudden it just stopped working and I basically broke the app. I can't run the app anymore. I've been trying for like 2 hours now to fix this and I can't manage to fix it. I've gone back to GitHub. I've reverted all of the changes that I've done, but still somehow I have this error. So it's making me think that it's some kind of error on the computer or some kind of error with Xcode or something like that. I can't really figure out what, because I didn't change anything, and I've reverted all of the changes that I did, and I don't think I changed any settings in like the computer. I think I probably upgraded Flutter, which I do all the time, so I don't really know. So now I'm gonna go to bed. I'm probably not gonna be able to sleep because I'm worked up as hell. My blood pressure is like fucking shooting blood out of my eyes at this point because I'm so frustrated at this shit. But what can you do? I guess this is part of the journey. If you don't see any more videos after this one, then you know why. I've probably given up, moved to Bali and started DJing full time instead, because this is frustrating, bad for your health, and not satisfying when it goes like this. But oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, see what we feel, probably wake up tomorrow, go to the gym, lift some heavy weights, take overdose on pre-workout, and then we'll see where we are. But right now I just hate all of this. New take tomorrow, we'll see if we can fix this. If not, we'll have to find something else to work on.
The next day.
Okay, so it's Sunday morning, I'm a little bit late for the gym, 9 o'clock. I slept like 6 hours, slept like shit because there's just lines of code flying through my head the whole night. I'm not sure if that's like mental illness or if that's just because I spent 13 to 12 hours coding yesterday, but oh well. I think today we're gonna make some new efforts and break some new ground, and hopefully we can solve this one issue. I think I've gotten somewhat of an idea what can resolve part of the bug at least. I don't think I will solve the whole one, but part of it. So we shall see. See you later.
A few hours later. Again.
Okay, project update. We've made some progress, but it's going slow. It's like Sunday afternoon. This weekend I probably spent 22 hours already, but now we've finally kind of solved the bug. So essentially what the issue was that I upgraded Flutter, then it had a lot of dependencies which didn't match. For example, the Google sign-in didn't work anymore because I upgraded Flutter. Apparently I had been using an old version of Flutter. I didn't know that because I'm stupid. But oh well, what can you do? So now we're on to building the actual page. However though, there's one caveat, and that is we have to build the app on an actual simulator. So for example, now apparently once you updated Flutter and you have Google sign-in, like you have Firebase Core or whatever that dependency is in your app, then you cannot do it on the M1 simulator. Don't ask me why, I have no clue why. It's so frustrating. It probably took me 8 hours to solve that issue, but what can you do? So now everything we need to do on the manual simulator from now on until they solve this issue. I'm not sure when Google is gonna do that. So it's kind of like working to 99%. I've been messing around so much. Like yesterday I thought I was gonna solve it by messing around with the pod files, etc. Which don't do that. If you're coding in Flutter, don't mess around with that shit because it's gonna mess up your life big time. But now, yeah, we've made some progress. Let's get to designing the actual purchasing page, and then maybe we can move on to the subscriptions. Let's get to it.
A few inches later.
Okay, 2 hours later, major progress. Let me show you why. We're gonna go to our little simulator over here. Now we're not signed in. We're gonna add logic for all this later. But now, for example, say I go to my subscription. I get this little nice page. I press subscribe to a plan. I get to pick which plan I get to upgrade to, and then there's unlimited access, provides unlimited access to all stories. Boom, press that one, and it shows up! Fucking Apple Pay! Oh my god! Let's go! I'm so happy. This took like 25 hours, but we're finally there. You can pay, but now we just need to so it's done! Like the payment stuff is done. Now we just need to handle all of the stuff, like what happens if you're not signed in, what happens if you're signed in, what do you get access to, when's your next charge, all of that logic behind it. But I think this was the hardest part. It took like 25 hours. It's like a goddamn part-time job. But yeah, now as you can probably tell, I am very delighted. So let's continue. Let's see what we can do.
2 hours later.
What's poppin'? We're back. It's Sunday evening. Let me show you exactly what we've built so far. We can now head over to account and we can press my subscription. Then you get this nice little promo screen saying, yeah, subscribe, you get a 2 week free trial, etc. You can press subscribe to plan. It brings up this little pop-up which is upgrade your plan. You can press that one, and then we're also going to add a loading indicator later on, for example. And then you can subscribe using your Apple Pay. So let's subscribe, and then later on we're going to add so much more functionality, like this is going to disappear, you're going to be taken to, you know, some other screen or something like that. But right now, that's how it works. And let me show you what it looks like on the computer for a second. 1 second. We head over to Revenue Cat, which is what the software that we're going to be using. We switch to View Sandbox Data. And a few seconds ago, this user, which is me, purchased, like you can see, purchased this one. 1 monthly, 2 weeks free, etc. And they had their subscription expire. This was me before when I was testing. So it's all connected, it's all interconnected. Apple is connected to the revenue cat, connected to the app, and it all works now. So that was the major obstacle, I think. Now we're gonna spend, I think, the next week doing like error management. What happens when you're subscribed? What happens when you're not subscribed? What perks do you get? How do you cancel your subscription? How do you show? All of that good stuff. And then, you know, obviously just make sure we don't have any bugs there. But with that said, I'm quite happy with this progress. It was so, like, I probably spent 12 hours, and then yesterday like 12 hours, 14 hours. So a lot of time being spent on this, but now we're starting to get there. So I hope that in a week we can be done with this and we can submit the app for review, and then we'll have a launch party or something like that. Let's go.
One eternity later.
What's up? This is a week later from whatever last clip you saw. It's been so long, a week, and I can't remember apparently what happened before then. So it's been a week since you saw the last clip, and a lot has happened. I've done a lot of progress with the app. I solved a lot of bugs with the whole payment module. So let me show you now where we're at, what it's looking like, and what you can do essentially. Here we have the app that you were so familiar with. So now we have one part, which is you can press a story, you can press listen now, and then since I don't have a subscription, it will say upgrade to premium. I think this is something that I will redo later on, make it like a lower priority kind of thing to update how this looks, because it doesn't look the best, but like still good enough. So to listen now, you first need to sign up for a subscription. I can also go here, press my subscription, same thing. So if I now press start 2-week free trial, I can then press unlimited access. And now this is something which I need to add to, like some kind of loading indicator. But then I can press subscribe. I'm gonna blur my password. It will say done, and it will close that little thing. And this is also where I need to add like a loading indicator while it's loading, and then it says you're all set, your purchase was successful. Okay, I can close this, I can go back home, I can press one of these stories, and now I can listen to it. Boom! And then let me show you what else is the good part about this. Is once I have done this on my phone, I will be able to go to the payment provider that I'm using. I will be able to go to overview in revenue cat, which is kind of the software that I'm using. I'll be able to refresh this quickly, and here we have it. This is the purchase that I just made. So you can see I made this purchase here. Renew their subscription for Wonder Sagas, 1 month free, etc. I can see all my history and all of that stuff, and I have access to all of the stuff in the app. So pretty good. There's still some aesthetic stuff to do, but the whole logic is done. There's error management, you can restore purchases, you can sign in, you can sign out. It's working perfectly, so I'm really happy about that. Very, very happy about that. I think now what's left before we publish the app to the App Store is to 1, clean up the code because it's a little bit messy. 2, review all the legal stuff, write terms and conditions, all of that kind of stuff. 3, make a marketing plan, and then release it to the App Store. With that said, this is probably a really messy video. If you stuck around until now, thank you so much for watching, I appreciate it. If you want to see what this release is like, then please subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.